Good afternoon. I am Dr. Michael McGovern, the Chief Medical Officer of the University Eye Center, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the white coat ceremony for SUNY Optometry's class of 2026. Today's ceremony is being conducted live at the college, and it's also being streamed via Facebook Live, and we are all very excited and happy that you were able to join us for this milestone event. To get the ceremony started, I invite our president, Dr. David Heath, to present his opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody, and again, welcome to the State University of New York College of Optometry's 2024 White Coat Ceremony. I would particularly like to welcome the family and friends of our students, both here and online. Let me congratulate you, the class of 2026. You've made it through 2 years. You've studied, you've practiced, you've been introduced to patient care, you've been tested, you've been assessed, and assessed, and assessed some more. It's been a challenging path, but you're here because you've made it, you've thrived, well, hopefully you've thrived, and you're really ready for the next phase of your training. You've been preparing for your white coat and for the moment where you become much more engaged with your patients. This is a celebration of your development as healthcare providers and your acceptance as a member of the healthcare team, and more importantly, as a responsible member of the healthcare team. Because I really want to underscore that term, responsible. And I'm sure it's going to be reinforced by other speakers, which simply emphasizes that it's very important. One of the big transitions is that when you become a responsible member of the team, the focus shifts away from you. For all of your education, it's all been about you, and have you learned, have you developed, have you thrived. But when you're really in the healthcare in the healthcare environment, it's really about the patient. You know, if you have issues, those issues can always be dealt with later. But the success of the care of the patient and positive patient outcomes are critical. So just remember that the team depends upon you. They depend upon you to collect accurate data. They depend upon you to make observations. And they depend upon you to provide insights into how to provide the best care for your patients. So donning the white coat is not just an affirmation of your readiness to join the team. It's really when you put on the white coat, you're accepting and assuming more responsibility for the health and well-being of your patient. Now, you came to us a couple of years ago, and really just at the point, sort of the post-pandemic point, you went through college, or the last half of your college years, in the midst of a pandemic. And where the pandemic is a little useful is that it did make more evident than ever before the importance of our roles as healthcare providers and the responsibility we've had not just to the individual patient, but to the community at large. And it really helped emphasize how intertwined patients' lives, our lives are, with public health and healthcare behaviors. So I accept that, or I hope that your appreciation for your responsibility as a future optometrist is deep, and that your awareness of that link between health and the quality of life is forever a part of the care you provide. Now, in closing, the white coat ceremony does signify a new beginning, a new phase in your development as care providers. And I really do have faith that you'll rise to the occasion and you will thrive, and that you'll become a positive part of our healthcare team. I do want to really encourage you. The best way to learn in the healthcare environment is to ask a lot of questions. Become the best doctor you can be, don't just become a doctor. Become the best doctor you can be. And I will acknowledge that in conversations with students over the years, I'm still struggling with whether or not getting the white coat is more satisfying or getting rid of the blue coat is more satisfying. In either case, it's certainly a significant indicator of your readiness to move forward. So enough for me, thank you. And I will turn the podium back over to Dr. McGovern. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Heath. I would be remiss if I did not make mention that after a very successful 17-year tenure, this is Dr. Heath's final white coat ceremony as president of our college. I ask you to now join me in thanking him for all he has done for our college and our profession. And wishing him and Janine a long, happy, and healthy retirement. I now invite you to watch a video on the history of the white coat and the significant role it plays in the provider-patient relationship. The white lab coat, a ubiquitous sight in almost every healthcare setting. How did practice start? Why do we wear them? What is the significance to patients? Let's take a look. The white coat ceremony is actually a relatively new occurrence. The first full-fledged ceremony was held right here in New York at Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons in 1993. Since that time, it has grown in popularity and has become an annual ritual at health profession schools around the country and the world. I would now like to share a few words about the coat itself, the history, the symbolism, and the responsibility that comes with it. I will venture a guess that many of you, particularly our baby boomers and Gen Xers, will recognize the gentleman on the left. He was a character on a very popular 1970s TV show set in the late 19th century. Dr. Hiram Baker was the only physician in the small town of Walnut Grove in the Little House on the Prairie series. You will notice he is dressed almost entirely in black, the typical garb of physicians at that time. And here's a famous 1875 painting by American artist Thomas Eakins titled The Gross Clinic. You will again notice the attire of the physicians, completely in black, as well as the obvious lack of any infection control measures or use of universal precautions. Prior to the late 1800s, seeking medical advice was a last resort and rarely benefited the patient. It usually consisted of worthless cures, led to subsequent infections, and was frequently a precursor to death. So an encounter with a physician was seen as a formal and often morbid occurrence, hence the black attire. Unlike medicine, science was held in very high esteem, and scientists were more respected than physicians. This started to change for medicine in the second half of the 19th century. In 1860, French chemist and biologist Louis Pasteur theorized that invisible germs caused infections. It's incredible to think that was only 160 years ago. In 1865, 5 years later, British surgeon Joseph Lister pioneered the idea of sterile surgery and introduced antisepsis, one of the most important breakthroughs in medical history. And in 1901, Army physician Walter Reed confirmed that mosquitoes transmitted yellow fever during the construction of the Panama Canal. It was discoveries like these that moved medicine from the realm of mysticism and quackery to bioscience. And this transition to a more scientific approach to modern medicine would culminate with physicians adopting the most recognizable symbol of science, the white laboratory coat. Here is another famous painting by Thomas Eakins from 1889 titled The Agnew Clinic. It captures a surgical scene just 14 years later than the original, with the physicians now obviously all in white gowns and coats. Over the past 120 years, the white coat has become a very powerful symbol for patients, one of compassion, trust, and hope, that the wearer will use their training and resources to treat and heal them. When you enter the clinic wearing your white lab coats, patients are very likely going to treat you differently. And while their level of respect will probably be greater, so too will their expectations. Never underestimate the power society has bestowed upon the white lab coat. Receiving your white coat is such an important milestone in your journey toward becoming doctors that as part of today's ceremony, you will recite the optometric oath and commit yourselves to the highest standards of our profession, accepting the responsibilities, obligations, and sacrifices that go with the privilege of practicing optometry and caring for patients. Never forget, with great power comes great responsibility, a wise man once said. Congratulations. As a heads up, after the ceremony, I have a little table in the lobby, and I'll be selling signed copies of that DVD, so make great gifts. Our next speaker is Dr. Suresh Viswanathan. Chair of the Department of Biologic and Vision Sciences. He'll be discussing the first 2 years of your optometric education, a largely preclinical experience necessary to create a solid scientific foundation. Dr. Viswanathan.
Well, the introduction was as long as the time given to me to give my talk. So dear class of 2026, congratulations on reaching this symbolic milestone in your journey through optometry school, transitioning from a student to a student clinician. And you've done a few eye exams already, 3 hours, 4 hours, and it'll just get better from here, okay? But what I'm here really is to remind you that the coursework that you've undertaken in the last 2 years will form the foundation for what you will be doing in the clinic now, in the immediate future, and for the rest of your professional career. The information that you've assimilated so far underpins most of your knowledge and understanding of the visual system. And as somebody who's involved in your bioscience courses, I could say perhaps even appropriate to say your understanding of the human body and its disorders and its management. It is this knowledge that your knowingly or unknowingly helps you to make informed decisions in the clinic. This information also is a foundation for the continuing education classes and other training that you might receive over the years as the scope of optometry expands even further. But more immediately, the coursework from the last 2 years will help you pass your National Board Part 1. Okay? And I would always like to remind students at this event that it is never too early to start studying for your boards. So enjoy the day or the weekend with your family and then go hit the books. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Viswanathan. So I do have one quick second shout out. This is not only Suresh's last white coat ceremony, it's also his last day at SUNY. Come Monday morning, he will assume his new role as a dean of the Indiana University College of Optometry, School of Optometry. I ask you to join me in wishing him great success as he moves into the next leg of his life's journey. And just to assuage any concerns, I'm not aware of anyone else on the dais who's planning on leaving us. So right now we're 2 for 2. So. Our next speaker is Dr. Michael Sullivan-Mee, Chair of the Department of Clinical Education. He will discuss the student-clinician transition as your focus now shifts from the classroom to the clinics. Dr. Sullivan-Mee.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to all the class of 2026 and distinguished guests. On behalf of the Department of Clinical Education, we're very happy that you're here. And as far as I know, I think I'll be here for a while, so I'm happy to be able to say that as well. So the donning of the white coat is really a momentous occasion, obviously. It really signifies the transition for you to go from student to clinician, and that really starts the pathway to get to your final destination, which is the Doctor of Optometry. So you're really just starting to slide into that path. So we still have a lot of work to do yet, and that work has to do a lot with what Dr. Mee just mentioned. The way that you achieve clinical success is by really taking all of that basic clinical knowledge you guys have been working on so hard for the last 2 years and even before then, and integrating the clinical science and the clinical knowledge into that data and really building this tapestry of information that is really an extremely powerful entity once you kind of build that. But it's a process. You don't get it overnight. It's something that you will start to work on in earnest now. This is sort of the time when we're starting that. And it's something that you will never quit. You will do this really for the rest of your career. But it's really a fun process. The harder part, the basic science, isn't always fun. Extremely important, but it isn't always fun. But this stuff is all fun. So definitely enjoy that. And once you actually build this entity of knowledge, it comes with it great rewards. And the rewards are many. The rewards are for you as an individual. it is very satisfying to be able to help people. That's, I think, why a lot of you are here. So that's great. You're also going to help communities, as Dr. Heath mentioned. You are going to lift the public health of the people around you. That's a really important thing to do. And then lastly, you're going to really develop or have rewards for your individual patients. So that's the easier part. So I was thinking of a couple of quick examples of that. So what are those? Well, one of the things that you'll see quite frequently in your clinics are patients that come to see you and they're, you know, a little bit afraid to even come and see you because they don't really want to know what the answer is. So think of a patient that comes in, they're worried because their father has macular degeneration and they don't have very much the father doesn't have much central vision in either eye. And this patient comes to see you and they're worried that they're going to end up down the same path. So you see the patient, you measure their vision, you look at their retinas. These are two things that you guys can already do. And you look at them and you find that their vision is normal and their retinas are normal. So what does that mean? It means the patient doesn't have any macular degeneration yet. So from your standpoint, pretty straightforward thing to do, right? So you are already able to do that. Why are you able to do that? Because you spent a lot of time building that. So even though that doesn't seem like much, you're being able to sort of make that assessment even now based on a lot of knowledge. But even more importantly than that, when you can tell that patient that they do not have macular degeneration and that you have behavioral types of interventions that can occur that may help prevent them from ever having macular degeneration, that's an extremely powerful thing. You will make their life a whole lot better, even though essentially you just looked at a normal pair of eyes, but you made their life better. I also think about patients like with contact lens intolerance, which isn't my exact sort of area of specialty. That would be Dr. Leach in particular, and some of our other faculty over here. But that is a very common thing too, and you will see that frequently. So how do you figure those patients out? You look at their anatomy, their eye physiology, their eyelids, their biomechanics of their eyelids, their tear film, the contact lens materials, the contact lens fit. All of these things that you're going to learn and are going to be very basic to your understanding and knowledge are really pretty straightforward. But if you can make remedies for that patient and eliminate that chronic kind of discomfort, you can make a big difference in their life. And then the last sort of patient that I think is really one of the most interesting is the type of patient that comes in, and you will see this type of patient as well. They already have poor vision in one eye, and the other eye is starting to get worse, and it's slowly getting worse over the last week, and they come to see you and say, you know, what's going on? But in order to answer the question on this patient, you need to dig down into your basic science. You need to know your general anatomy. You need to know your general physiology. You need to know your ocular anatomy, your ocular physiology. You need to know immunology. You need to know hematology. You need to know endocrinology. You need to know microbiology. You need to know pharmacology. These are all things that you've been working on. Some patients require every single one of those things to sort of get to the right answer. But if you can get to the right answer and find the right treatment and intervene in a timely manner, you can not only prevent that patient from becoming blind, you can also reverse the vision loss that's already occurring in that patient. So that's kind of a profound experience when that happens. It's profound for the patient because they're not blind, right? It's also profound for you, so you do get benefit from that, and that's a great thing. But in order to get that, you have to go through this whole process of learning all the basic science to the clinical science. So great rewards with that. As Dr. Heath mentioned, beyond the rewards, there are also new expectations for you now. You know, this is a new thing where you are going to be expected to have greater accountability and greater responsibility. And that's actually a good thing. When patients come to see you, they have to trust that you know what you're doing, that you know all the information you need to know to keep them in good shape and to keep their vision in as good a shape as possible. Every single person you see is relying on you and relying on your education. So you can't skim even one day. As Dr. V says, start your boards prep already. So every single day is important because that one thing you missed, it could have an impact on that one patient. But even that one patient, if that's a failure, it's not acceptable. We don't want anything like that, right? So in addition to that responsibility, you'll also be asked to be more of a leader. There'll be more leadership responsibilities, and that'll be amongst yourselves. It'll be within your practices. It'll be with your staff. It'll be with your technicians. It'll be with other healthcare professionals, and you will also ask to be a role model. So a good role model. You will actually need to step up and be somebody that people can really rely on and look at and say, that is exactly how I want my children to grow up, just like that. So a lot on your plate with this. So the white coat is kind of an easy thing, but there's really a lot to that. And I think the more you embrace that, the happier you're going to be, the better the community's going to be, and the better everything's going to go. So I think we as the faculty, I could speak for them and say we're very interested in helping you continue to learn and continue to grow as clinicians and be successful in your clinics. But in order to get there, it takes lots of work and lots of effort, but again, very much worth it. So good luck. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan-Mee. The SUNY College of Optometry Foundation is the affiliated foundation of the college. To bring greetings and congratulations on behalf of the foundation board, as well as the Alumni Association, who generously gifted the white coats you will be receiving today, is the executive director of the foundation, Ms. Dawn Rigney.
Thank you, and I echo everyone's congratulations to the class of 2026. I get to give you a little reprieve from all of the academic and sort of the pressure and the big change that you're undergoing, because I'm going to talk a little bit about the sort of invisible support system. The foundation is here. We've been here for 50 plus years. We've been supporting students and programs at the college. We give over $1 million to the college every year for various activities, and about half of that is going to turn directly into support for students and patients. We do about $300,000 a year in scholarship support and about $200,000 a year in charitable care to patients who can't afford to come here. Part of that miracle that we are able to help support is that the patients that you see, the patients that you're learning from and learning with, are also people who really care about your education, and they give you the broadest variety of patients that you can possibly see. So I hear from our alumni that they see patients that no other college across the country gets to see. They see cases that are sometimes more rare than a place in, Midwest might be able to see. So we're really lucky here. And that's because of the what I'm calling invisible support network you have. It's because of the foundation and the fact that we are able to offer charitable care. It's because the foundation can offer scholarships to students. So there is sort of a underlying support wrapped around you as you make this journey and this transition. And we are so proud of you. So don't think for one second that the members of the foundation, the board members, don't actually follow along to see how you're progressing, to watch you grow and sort of evolve into your new role. And every time, they're mostly out there virtually right now, but every time they see the next class come through, their pride continues to grow. And that's what inspires them to help manage the foundation. It's what inspires our donors to continue to give back to the foundation. It's what inspires our alumni to stay committed to the college. And so that's the other network that you have, your alumni network, which is about 3,600 alumni strong. And if you haven't joined the mentoring program, I really encourage you in the fall to do that. We have 3,600 alumni. Many, many, many of them are willing to pick up the phone, jump on an email, offer you guidance, offer you advice, offer you suggestions for how do you work through all of the things that you're going through right now. They sat in those chairs. They understand all the pressures that Dr. V and Dr. Sullivan-Mee have shared with you today. They remember them with a little bit of terror, maybe some PTSD, but they also remember the success they felt when they walked into the clinic, the success they felt as they walked into practice upon graduation. They remember being part of a very important community, and so they want to give that back to you. So they're sort of your silent champions, and they are here to support you. And what I will say to you, leverage them. Leverage them now as a student. Leverage them as you move through your clinical journey. Leverage them after graduation. They are here for you. They want you to succeed because your success is also their success. In fact, that is why there's a little tag in the back of your jacket that says, "We've got your back," from the Alumni Association. It's true. They have your back every single day from now all through the entire career journey. So with that, I want to thank, first of all of our donors. because without them, we would not be able to do what we do today. We were very pleased to announce a brand new scholarship at graduation in honor of Dr. Heath. And so we'll be continuing to grow those resources. I wouldn't be a fundraiser if I didn't say, hey parents, anyone want to make a donation in honor of your student? Feel free. But other than that, congratulations to you. And I wish you all the best, and know that you have folks rooting for you as you make this transition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rigney. I now ask the class leadership to stand. So earlier this year, the class leadership and I, please keep standing, you guys. Earlier this year, the class leadership and I started to meet to plan today's ceremony. They have put in countless hours and great effort to ensure your class would have a wonderful and memorable white coat experience. And they did a tremendous job representing the interest of your class. While they may have a touch of white coat syndrome from the experience, I can honestly say it was a pleasure working closely with them these past few months. Please help me thank them for all of their efforts. Now, everyone beside Nick can sit down. So I know Nick's folks are here because he told me, so I would ask Nick's mom and dad to please stand up. So I just wanted to let you know, Nick and I worked extremely close these last 5 months, and I just want to tell you that he's an extremely intelligent, hardworking, organized, and above everything else, highly, highly respected young man. So I just want to let you know you should be. I have 3 kids of my own, ages 18 to 23, and as one parent to another, I'll say you raised a really great kid. So you should be very proud of him. So now you two can sit down. You're off the hook. Nick can come on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, intern Nicholas Premnoth, president of the class of 2026.
Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, proud family members, friends, and my fellow classmates in the class of 2026. I'm truly honored to stand before you today as we prepare to receive our white coats. At the start of the semester in January, I was informed that I would be giving a speech at our white coat ceremony. Naturally, I wanted to prepare for this like any diligent optometry student would, so I began writing my speech last night at 11 p.m. Reflecting on the past 2 years, I recall seeing our upperclassmen lugging their equipment up to the clinic floors, wearing their pristine white coats, and wishing we could be them. Well, class of 2026, here we are. We're the ones lugging up our 20 pounds of equipment. We're the ones performing 3-hour-long exams, like Dr. V mentioned. Don't worry, we're getting better. And after today, we are the ones who will be wearing their white coats. It feels like just yesterday we were strangers at orientation, meeting each other for the first time and playing those awkward icebreakers. Now we're friends and colleagues who know a little too much about each other's eyes. Since then, we've tackled our first rhinoscopy competency, and I know some of you are still losing sleep over it. We've faced non-stop exams, the Big Kahuna, and have even seen our own patients. Although these were all stressful times, they have been stepping stones on our journey to this incredible milestone. This white coat symbolizes all the hard work we've endured to get here, and I truly mean it when I say that there isn't another class I'd want to do this with. We're only halfway through optometry school and still have a lot to learn. I'm looking forward to spending it with you all. I have to give a special thank you to our class council, our Vice President Dave Paul Brown, Secretary our secretaries Lorenzo Stampone, Spogue Khan, our treasurer Samia, class rep Dixie, and our other class rep Rebecca Treen. We are grateful for all your time and proud to have you represent the class of 2026. Thank you to all of our family and friends who have helped us along the way. We appreciate all the sacrifices you made for us, and we couldn't have reached this milestone without your unwavering support and love. Your encouragement has been our foundation, and we are eternally grateful for everything you've done to help us achieve our dreams. To the faculty, thank you for your patience and dedication along the way. Your guidance, wisdom, and commitment to our education have been invaluable, and we are deeply grateful for the countless hours you invested in helping us succeed. Now, class of 2026, in just a few moments, we will walk across the stage because we earned it. I don't think I ask for favors much, but one favor I ask from you today is that you enjoy the spotlight and give us the biggest smile you can. And I can't wait for us to do it again in 2 years of graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. So it's now time for what has brought us all together today. Time to welcome the class of 2026 into the University Eye Center with some nice new brand white lab coats, rather. Presenting our students this afternoon is Dr. David Troilo, the Vice President and Dean for Academic Affairs. Coding the students, symbolizing the rite of passage and the trust being bestowed upon them to carry out the noble tradition of doctoring, will be performed by Dr. Diane Calderon, Chief of Primary Care, Dr. Daniela Rutner, Chief of Vision Rehabilitation, Dr. Matthew Babenzi, Chief of Advanced Care, Dr. Shelby Leach, Section Chief of Pediatrics, Dr. Amy Steinway, Assistant Chief of Primary Care, and Dr. Mariana Butera, Assistant Chief of Vision Rehabilitation. Before the coding ceremony begins, I invite our Dean, Dr. David Troilo, to offer his remarks.
Thank you and congratulations, class of 2026, on this making it to this point, this rite of passage. This is a very important ceremony and an important moment in your academic career as you're developing into the future doctors that you will be. And we have high hopes for you all, and I know you all do as well. And I just want to take a moment and thank Dr. McGovern and the class officers for organizing this great event. I also want to thank our faculty for everything that they do for you every day of the week. And also, just a shout out to Dr. Sullivan Mee. I mean, he so perfectly encapsulated our mission here with you in mind. This is what we're all about and trying to do for you to make you absolutely the best doctors that you can be. So with that, I have here the list of your names, and if you're ready, I can begin calling you up.
I'm ready in 2 seconds.
You ready? Samia Ahmed. Isma Ali. Farah Azam. Omed Aziz. Victoria Bassiano. Ishira Bardawaj. Timothy Bagani. Paul Brown. Jewel Brown. Jaylene Carrion. Christina Chan. Andrea Chang. Karen Chen. Karen Chen. Connor Chicketh. Russell Chin. Ildu Cho. Connie Cho. Shamimara Chowdhury. Alyssa Clementi. Anastasia Amalia Dacus. Muriel Reed Dawson.
Andrew Delk. Olivia Ete. Michael Feldman. Priya Felix. Zvi Friedman. Mian Yi Joyce Gao. Ilana Goldstein. Claire Goucher. Grace Hammerly. Claire Hatala. Paige Hazen. Isabella He. Julia Jager. Hyosa Jang. Inji Kang. Tamina Kea. Sharman Khan. Fogme Khan. Sungyun Kim. Maylin Lee. Jocelyn Liu. Crystal Liu. Vicky Liu. Cindy Mai. Kaur Mandeep. Princey Matthew. Mary McCarter. Lucille Meyer. Melinda Morvay. Naila Nassan. Esther Nasser. Rebecca Nathan. Caitlin Nguyen. Sierra Nguyen. Adana Obidiawu. Grace O. Ang Ang O. Shivani Patel. Stuti Patel. Nicholas Premnoff. Javon Price. Lauren Quatter. Jennifer Rakimov. Ryan Reno. John Joseph Redden. Ariella Sasson. Emily Sadat. Jacqueline Shannon. Rena Shillian. Abhirami Shyamsharan. Gabriella Sinoe. Carly Stalker. Lorenzo Stampone. Isa Thayer. Miriam Tayer. Rachel Tavis. Lauren Tong. Rebecca Treen. Monica Van Dyne. Vicky Van Tor. Dixie Vasquez. David Wang. Jenny Wong. Sarah Wu. Jessica Yakubova. Melissa Zong. Jesse Zhu. Diane Zhou. Congratulations, class of 2026, and family and friends. All the best for the next 2 years as you move through and become doctors of optometry. We're really pulling for you all. Good luck.
I want to thank Dr. Troilo and the clinic chiefs. I now ask the class to please stand, and I invite SUNY American Optometric Student Association trustee, intern Nayla Nassan, and New York State Optometric Association student chapter president, intern Christina Chan, to come forward and lead the class in the recitation of the optometric oath. I also invite all optometrists present to rise, standing side by side with our young colleagues, and join in reciting the solemn oath of our profession.
Well, everyone, if you could just turn to the back of the program.
And if everyone can raise their right hands. With full deliberation, I freely and solemnly pledge that I affirm that the health
of my patient will be my first consideration. I will practice the art and science of optometry faithfully and conscientiously and to the fullest scope of my competence. I will uphold and honorably promote, by example and action, the highest standards, ethics, and ideals of my chosen profession, and the honor of the degree, Doctor of Optometry, which has been granted me. I will provide professional care for the diverse populations who seek my services with concern, with compassion, and with due regard for their human rights and dignity. I will work to expand access to quality care and improve health equity for all communities. I will place the treatment of those who seek my care above personal gain and strive to see that none shall lack for proper care. I will hold as privileged and inviolable all information entrusted to me in confidence by my patients. I will advise my patients fully and honestly of all which may serve to restore, maintain, or enhance their vision and general health. I will strive continuously to broaden my knowledge and skills so that my patients may benefit from all new and efficacious means to enhance the care of human vision. I will share information cordially and unselfishly with my fellow doctors of optometry and other professionals for the benefit of patients and the advancement of human knowledge and welfare. I will do my utmost to serve my community, my country, and humankind as a citizen as well as a doctor of optometry. I hereby commit myself to be steadfast in the performance of this solemn oath and obligation.
Thank you. Thank you, Nayla and Christina. The Vice President for Clinical Administration and the Executive Director of the University Eye Center, Ms. Lidovina Martinez-Gonzalez, is unfortunately not able to be with us today. She did prepare her remarks and has asked Dr. Daniela Rutner to present them. I invite Dr. Rutner to the podium.
Ms. Ludovina Martins Gonzalez was unfortunately unable to be here today, but sends her congratulations on reaching another milestone in your optometric career. She has sent this message to the class of 2026. I'd like to thank all the speakers for sharing their words of wisdom and encouragement. I hope their words reinforce what a privilege it is to be a member of the optometric profession and what an amazing and rewarding journey you have ahead of you. The transition from classroom to the clinical setting is a significant event, and I look forward to your full involvement in providing care to our patients. Our faculty and staff have provided you with guidance, support, and encouragement along the way. You've made it through the first 2 years and have done so successfully through a lot of hard work and resiliency. We are proud of your accomplishments thus far and look forward to seeing your continued growth over the next 2 years and beyond. This is just the beginning of a journey filled with knowledge, compassion, and dedication. The white coat you wear today is a symbol of all the hard work you've put in and the expectations you have for yourselves to be compassionate providers of care. As you don the white coat, remember that the trust the patients will place in you. Cherish and honor it. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. McGovern for organizing this ceremony and for working closely with your class president over the last several months in preparation for this event. Each year, the class celebrates their white coat and is asked to choose a faculty member that they would like to offer some congratulatory remarks and advice on behalf of the faculty. This is an individual who has had a significant impact on their education and professional development. This year, the class of 2026 has bestowed this honor on Dr. Joan Portello. I'd like to invite Dr. Joan Portello.
Wow, I almost didn't recognize you without your scrubs for the last 2 years. Our esteemed faculty, cherished families, significant others, and most importantly, our remarkable people who stand before us in their white coats that convey reverence and increased responsibility. I am very privileged to be asked to welcome you to the next stage of the optometry program. I am just one of many faculty who have helped guide you through the last 2 years. I represent the clinical faculty, and we have watched you struggle, persevere, and attain the skills to manage patient care. It is our privilege to help you in this process. It is why we are here, and we are always in awe of your accomplishments. Be proud of how you have got to this point. Today is not just getting to surviving endless dilations, hours of having a gonioscopy lens pressed into your cornea, learning biochemistry cycles, or seemingly useless optics questions. It is a path started with your parents and their input into your early life, a school life preparing you for college and negotiating college to be able to apply to a graduate program. Be proud you are standing here now, but remember also that you got here because of your fellow interns. An optometry degree is a group effort and requires the assistance of people around you. That group effort and support never ends. Be grateful and appreciative. I would like to pass on to you a little bit of advice that I have heard from others. It is worth remembering, not just now, but often in your life. A degree is only a license to learn. Although your concentrated clinical training starts now, for the next 2 years, you really begin to learn your craft and profession when you leave for the big, wide world. Your patients are your greatest teachers. Your faculty give you guidance, but listen to your patients. They will provide so much information to you and help you in your way to be a professional. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Use yesterday's mistakes to improve tomorrow's care. Always be vigilant of how you can change and improve. I thank you again for asking me to address you. It is a privilege. It gets so many distinguished faculty. Welcome to our profession. Remember that the faculty are proud of you, and we encourage you to become stellar members of your profession. Never stop learning. So, class of 2026, best wishes for a great clinical experience. Cheers. Sonia and Russell, are you ready? Let's do the countdown from 5. Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off.